Alright, so look who's joined me here at Encinitas Biergarden. Hey, it's Eric Gasser. I'm here in Encinitas at Encinitas Biergarden, about to meet my friend Eric Gasser of Seed San Diego, fellow angel investor. Okay, about to go in. So some of you guys may remember Eric. He was in the background of the interview at San Diego Startup Week, and we were supposed to actually do this interview then, but you got laryngitis that week.
Yeah, I was sick.
So I'm glad that we finally got this chance to get together and have a beer. Maybe I'll make this a normal segment.
Yeah, sure.
Have beers with angel investors.
Beers with
Drinks.
cash or something?
Drinks with angels, or
yeah, drinks with angels.
drinks with angels. That might be good. Anyhow, so one of the things I liked about your talk was talking about how to find the right mentor for your startup. Eric works with Seed San Diego. You guys have a pretty good success rate. You're a little bit different from your Tech Coast Angels. Buddy, stop. All right, Charlie wanted to be in it. Okay. All right. Ooh, good boy. What I love about Seed San Diego is you guys help people even if you don't actually fund the group, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I'm actually one of the founders of Seed San Diego, and there's 5 of us, and we invest in companies at really inception through maybe Series A.
Yeah.
Main goal is really to support the ecosystem, help people that need or want the help, and even if they're a dog.
Maybe not if they're dog. So if you're a startup, what should you look for in a mentor? I know that you guys, sometimes you find you're not the perfect mentor, right, for a given
absolutely.
startup. So what should a startup look for? What should resonate with them when they are looking for a mentor?
So I think the core thought process is that you should be looking for a mentor that actually supports the current needs of the organization at that time, plus the next 2 iterations.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so if you're building a product, you should be looking for people who have built products before. Second, the next product after that alpha product is a beta product. You should be looking for people that have built beta products before and understand the customer. I think most founders get caught up in this thought that they need industry experts that have been in the industry for 50 years. Unfortunately, that is true, but they don't add as much value as the people that have been there and done that within the last 3 to 5 years. It makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
It makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't actually follow that kind of thought process. What they follow is this thought that if someone comes to them and says they can help, they're just excited someone can help and they say yes.
Yeah.
The vetting process should be similar to vetting a new employee.
Okay. What I like to tell people sometimes is that even if I'm a good mentor for a particular time or moment, right? Maybe it's not a long-term thing, right? So sometimes mentors come into your life and they're not there for the long haul. They're there just at key moments. So how do you have that conversation with a startup to that maybe to move on, look for a different type of mentor?
Yeah, I mean you have to be really direct. So it sounds harsh.
Yeah.
Okay. But it goes both
it's like,
ways.
Daddy, don't leave me.
Yeah, it goes
like
both
leaving
ways.
your child, right?
So what you have to do is you have a mentor agreement or the advisor agreement.
Yeah.
Needs to be structured in a way that when their value is less than optimal, then it's time for them to step down so that the founder can actually find that next mentor who can help them with the next phase of either development of the company and past that next big milestone.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between being a mentor and being, let's say, a coach, right, or an owner. If you can think of it like sports, right? A lot of times, you're great batters. Sometimes they go outside of the organization to find a mentor that's not even with their team or whatever. they pay to get a mentor to work with them just for a time, but only for a limited time.
I'm actually used for that a lot.
Yeah.
Someone maybe says, hey, I was referred to you by so-and-so. They said you've been through this particular type of fundraising activity.
Yeah.
And if the answer is, hey, I don't have time because I know it's time sensitive, great. But there's very few times that personally I say, no, I can't help. Usually it's at least 3 to 5 facts that you can give them right away that help them, that kind of fast forward that decision-making process for them.
Okay. Yeah, so I think one of the things, well, we talked about this earlier, but one of the ways that I think a mentor differs from a coach is someone who's paid to actually stay with you. A mentor is not necessarily like that, right? And a mentor often is not paid, and they really are, they're just there to help you out. If you think about the movies, it's kind of like your Gandalfs, your Yodas, what's another analogy?
I'm none of those. I'm none of those.
Or Dumbledore, that's another one.
Dumbledore,
right?
yeah.
Maybe a Dumbledore?
Yeah, no, maybe
he's a Dumbledore, okay. So a mentor is someone who does one of 3 things. They either give you a secret, a special tool, like a talisman or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Or they give you a map for the hero's journey, or they give you a timely worded advice. They're not the ones that actually go on the journey. They're not the ones that actually do the work.
That's
If
right.
you want someone to actually do the work, that's not a mentor, right? What would you call that?
That would be an employee.
An employee. Okay.
No.
Or
That would
slave.
be that would be like someone on the team. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Maybe a board of director or something.
even a board member has a level of responsibility
Yeah.
for the organization. Like all 5 of us at Seed San Diego, none of us take board roles. None of us take advisory roles. The reason why we do that is because we believe in the intellectual power of the person we invested in, and we believe that they're going to make the right decisions, and we don't need a lot of micromanaging.
Yeah.
And what we do is we promote big thinkers of the moment
Yeah.
to become board members. Where's the alpha thought leader in that industry? They need to be a board member.
Okay.
Because that's the timing,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the person you need, right? Where's the scaling mentors? Okay, maybe we need someone who understands how to scale like big analytics companies. They
Yeah.
need to be the mentor, and they need to be, a different person maybe needs to be an advisor. I think there's an older thought process that you need a lot of gray hair on your board. I think you need a balance of gray hair and where you're at now.
One of the things that you said was that if a mentor is someone who gives themselves a job in your company, like they hire themselves as a job, that's probably not a mentor at that point, right?
Service provider.
Yeah, it's a service provider. Yeah, so we've been
So the whole thought revolves around the professional connector, right? Professional connector has a use, and their use is defined by their network and your ability to pay. When you pay someone, they become service providers.
because it changes the
Changes
dynamic.
the relationship. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. It's a different dynamic.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of it, and you work around it. As you work through the different phases of the development of your company, you're going to need different tools.
Yeah.
Professional connectors have a use.
Yeah.
They have a use.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they are vendors.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, they stop working when you stop paying.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're a vendor.
We're a week out of the elections, right? And so many things locally passed. What are the things maybe you're excited about or are on your mind right now?
I think there's a lot of really great things happening with Poway School District that are exciting. I'm not a huge Trump fan, so that's fine. But he won, so that's fine. Whatever. We won't even talk about that one.
Yeah.
I think the marijuana passing for California is really interesting.
I think that's going to be huge, especially in the startup community. here in San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few groups. Canopy San Diego is doing some really interesting things. They started their program 3 months ago with the anticipation that this law would pass.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll be on the show. I'd love to interview them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Well, anyhow, Eric, you're someone who meets with a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Whether or not you think you're going to get something out of it necessarily.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's a good piece actually. So to put context, Seed San Diego reviews around 800 applications for financing a year.
Wow.
So just so I get it, 800 applications for financing.
Wow.
We fund anywhere from 3 to 5 a year. Of the 800, about 150 to 175 are from San Diego. And I think it's important for folks to know that, look, just because you knock on my door and I can't help you with financing, it doesn't mean I can't help you with some sort of pointing you in the right direction within our community.
Yeah. And that's what a true mentor does.
Absolutely.
Right? They give you either a key talisman, right, or a map, or a timely word of advice. Really appreciate you and what Seed San Diego does, and look forward to having more talks like this, more beer.
Absolutely.
So, but if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you'd like to contact Seed San Diego, I'll put a link down below in the description, and just like and subscribe to this channel if you like the content here. Definitely, we'll try to do more of these Drinks with Angels. Maybe a Monday would be a good thing. It's kind of like not that busy. It is like 5 o'clock here right now. We're not degenerates like drinking in the afternoon on a Monday. Thanks you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Little moocher. Little mooch. Alright, don't tell David. Alright, we'll get in trouble.
I'm seeing a pigeon. I'm seeing a pigeon. I'm seeing a pigeon.
Is that what you see, buddy?